Hey Aquarius, Satnam. My name's Elise and you're watching Satnam Spirituality. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is your reading for the October 2nd solar eclipse in Libra. And let's get into your reading. We are done with the eclipses of the season. But this is the last eclipse in Libra and it's with the South Node. So you might be noticing that you're really releasing things and being able to like move forward with this South Node eclipse, something that we've been working on for the last couple years. For Aquarius, please. All right, let's see what the cards have to say. All right, at the bottom of the deck, you have mead and wine. Your presence embodied, tasting the pleasure flowing through your being. Interesting. That's a beautiful card to kick things off with. All right, and then we have Witch's Rosary. Craft your skills with intentions repeated. A practice of magic powered by purpose. Sounds like it seems like you're getting focused on something. Like you're really focusing in on the things that you feel guided to do, that you feel like you take pleasure from, that you make your life a moving prayer, you know, really connected in with spirit, really connected in with your higher self, your sense of purpose. We have root vegetables. In those hidden places where most fear to go is where the most nourishment is waiting for you to behold. And so it's like you've done this inner work here. And it's like now you're showing up with a new intention, a new focus. Let's get into it a little bit more here. It's like there's a fresh start that you're going through, and it comes from an experience that you've been through recently. Interesting. So you've got some very interesting card here from the Kali Ma deck. You have Curricula and Chamunda, and also Dumavati. And so there's a lot of, these are more definitely some protective aspects of Kali Ma or versions of Kali Ma. But also with Curricula, it's this attraction of abundance in, you know, and it can also just be bringing in more love into your life, like not specifically romantic love, it can be that, but just like in general. And so Curricula says, to receive your divine inheritance of blessings and support for sacred fulfillment, certain karmic conditions that resonate at a lower frequency need to be cleared. Curricula signifies a time of rapid movement on your path and freedom to attract what you want and need. Let go of that which does not belong in your world. Release and you shall receive. And I feel like you're in this liminal space where you've done this releasing and you're moving forward with this intention. So Dumavati is certain endings are unavoidable. They are necessary precursors to radical reinvention. Any disappointment, defeat, or loss and the negative repercussions of such experiences shall not limit your future happiness, but are opening up yet unrecognized pathways for fulfillment. Your trust must be unconditional at this time, and later you shall see that everything has worked out for your absolute best. Maybe there's some regret here, or not necessarily, regret's the wrong word. Maybe there's just like some reminiscing of how you wanted your life to turn out on the previous path that you were on, and you recognize that you needed to kind of like shift gears and move forward in a different way now that you've released this thing, or you've decided that you need to move away from this specific thing in your life. But there's still a little bit of sadness that's attached to something that you've been through recently. And you have Chamunda. Knowing what to allow and what to fight for or against requires wisdom. Chamunda is a fearlessness, wisdom, patience, and discipline required to conquer a difficult situation. Chamunda is the power to accomplish that which you need and desire. She is with you now. Her presence now portends a truly exceptional breakthrough in your path. And yeah, maybe you've been in this, like, yeah, like that liminal space of like in between. Let me just see something here. And it's been, I feel like a sense of loneliness here. I feel a sense of sadness. You've got the miser, stubbornness and flexibility. And maybe there's been some resistance to the closing of this old path. You've got the cartographer, a crossroads exploration. But really it's like there was like divine intervention in order to remove something out of your life so that you can move forward. Yeah. The enchanter, deception, trickery. And it's like, this was like a false path for you. And it's like divine came in to help you course correct. And maybe something was removed from your life or you felt like you had no choice but to remove it. You've got the captain taking command and teamwork. Yeah. So now you're taking command of this situation. Maybe you feel powerless. And you have the twin, self-protection, dual natures. Yeah. Maybe somebody wasn't showing you their true self. And spirit was just coming in to protect you from this person. Let's see. It feels like something was like unsaid. I just feel like this tightness in my throat. Or like as if you're gonna cry or something. I feel that maybe there wasn't the closure that you wanted on this. Okay, let's get some messages from your higher self here, Aquarius. Interesting. 3 of Cups to the 4 of Cups. So it's like, yeah, like there was these gifts in your life and there was maybe you were like maybe holding out for something better or you thought it wasn't good enough. But there was like a lot of deception in this. There's a lot of things happening underneath the surface. A lot of things that like were unclear to you. And, you know, maybe because these things were unclear to you, that's what like kept you in this mental headspace of like, I'm not ready to move on from this yet. Or feeling disenchanted by the experience. Or like, I thought this was going to be the thing, and then it turned out not to be the thing. Yeah, and it has you feeling like at this crossroad. But really what it is like a feeling of lack, a feeling of not being good. It's like you felt like, yeah, you weren't good enough for a certain situation. Now you're moving past that, yeah. With the Devil card coming here. And really what this was, I mean, Saturn, Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn, it sometimes Capricorns feel like it's not worth it if there's not a lot of effort to things. And maybe that you could have been trapped in that feeling of like, if I don't work really hard for something, then it's not worth it. But in the reality, like when you get into a place of like surrender and ease, some things you definitely have to work hard for. But it doesn't feel like you're beating your head against a wall consistently. And so just coming back into that, there was like a pushing forward on, maybe I feel like it's just like one certain outcome that was expected. And then you just, got this realization that that's not, you weren't going to be able to collaborate with this thing, with this person. And that moved you past this completion and you started to alchemize with this new or you will be beginning to alchemize with a new passion, a new fever, a new like something that actually gives you that sense of accomplishment. Like you don't feel like you're just pushing and never seeing any results. Learning when to give, when to take, when to hold back, when to push forward. You know, balancing that divine masculine and feminine energy within ourselves. Okay, let's see what's incoming. Yeah, starting out on a new, just coming back into that intention, into that focus. You have the Foolish Man and the Princess of Cups here, which is the Page of Cups. And really what it is like starting again with that childlike enthusiasm, being fearless and like stepping forward, moving forward. You know, the spirit of ether is really holding the key to manifestation in your hand. And even more so than like the magician, you know, that is the divine energy. And really like moving forward, connected within that. And then the Two of Swords came out upside down. You had the Two of Swords here before was, so I feel like the blindfold has come off. I feel like you're seeing things clearly now. Ace of Cups and Seven of Pentacles also came out in the reverse. But I just really feel like there's all this new energy, and especially like this emotional, intuitive energy that surrenders, that goes with the flow. You know, water's always able to find its path forward. And you're done. You've decided that like waiting wasn't worth it anymore. An Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So there's this, got the Ace of Wands here before, and Ace of Swords. So like there's a lot of like new way of thinking. Justice card, yeah. Either just signifying this Libra season, over this Libra season, or over the cycle of this moon. So I would pay attention to what's really coming up around the full moon for you. Interesting. So yeah, I have that Nine of Pentacles. So like just understand, yeah, when to keep for yourself, when to release. And it's maybe like you're just sitting in that right now, gaining the spiritual lesson of really embodying that. Like we were talking about with the embodiment of intention. It's like you're learning how to be this person that comes from that embodied experience. Nine of Wands, the Star, and the Death card. So a huge ending here, like, and healing from always being the one to like hold it down. You know, making sure everything's working all the time between you and the situation or you and this person. And it's like you're completely and totally done with that. And it's like you're in this healing process, and maybe you're recognizing just how much, excuse me. That was really weird. Just how much you're tired of it. Interesting. You're realizing just how over it you have been, and that, okay, here's the Ace of Wands and the Two of Cups. I have a feeling like there's this new download from your higher self, and you're really doing this like self-reflection, and it could be giving you this new passion, you know, and maybe it's been that you've been focusing on other all the time, and that's why, you know, now you're turning around and you're focusing in on yourself. Yeah, you're not for everyone, right? Conflict, face your true north, really tune into yourself and your purpose, your direction, and inner earth. You'll survive this, new solutions and new beginnings. And it's really about stepping into your authenticity, you know, cracked open. Yeah, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. It's like, yeah, this finally just surrendering, letting go. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. And I think that you're at the start of this journey of really living from this like integrated space. And it's like you're showing up and learning how to consistently be present within this. All right, let's get a couple more cards here, and then we'll shut down your reading. Beautiful reading, Aquarius. You're really just stepping into your power and moving forward. Aquarius, please. Oh, I only got one. Inquisitive duckling, curiosity. Stay curious. To stay curious is to keep finding new possibilities. What are you curious about? Maybe that's a good approach to have, is like, is this the way that I want to be doing things? Is this how I want to be showing up? Is this, you know, asking yourself those questions? And at the bottom, you have Sage Frog, balance. Your life needs balance. Sometimes you've caught enough flies and it's time to kick back. And yeah, really just Maybe you've just been pushing, and now it's time just to sit back, sit with it, integrate, especially on an emotional and spiritual level. But yeah, that's your reading, Aquarius. Thank you so much for joining me today. Sat Nam, and I will see you in the next one.